Hello friends, we are here at the USDGC Qualifier at Gatewood in Carswell as TD, Zach, and Andreessen. We are watching people throw at the island on hole 21. Our first players come up just a little short on the backhand hyzer line, and her partner fails to pick her up going over in the road long and right. Looks like we got our first lefty of the day, lining up the hyzer to the left of the pole. This is a challenging shot because they have to throw on one side or the other of that pole. He just sneaks up in there, and then it's about 290 feet. Got our first sidearm. I think both of those guys are on the island with a good putt. With this one, he came up just a little bit short, about a foot short of that first flag. This is Joe Greenwell. He's going big hyzer, and it looks like it pays off. Stalls out there, gets him about a 15-footer. The island's kind of a funky shape. It's not perfectly round. This one's looking really good. And then he catches a roll, but they said it actually did stay just barely in bounds. It was pretty painful to watch it rolling around right on the edge. So it's about 40 feet except on the back. You don't want to go too long because there's a road back there. He's a little bit out of bounds on the left side. That's a nice looking throw there, right where it needs to be. That'll give him a good putt. And it's a good thing because his partner did not get him any closer there. This one is going to be unfortunately a little bit off to the left side as it veers off frame. See if his partner can pick him up. It's looking good, but this one is not quite going to have the distance. They're going to be from the drop zone. The drop zone is about a 50-foot putt, so it's not the easiest one. Digging that forehand flex line. Most people who tried it made it. He sticks the island on the right-hand side. And this one is just a bit outside, rolling over into the number 20 fairway over there. This one's coming up a little bit short and left. Gatewood's unique. It has 20 holes like many of the Carswell courses, and we're actually playing 21 for this special tournament layout. This one is a crush, and it gets up in there, but it's just a little bit short. I thought that one was actually going long off his hand, but pulled up a little bit. This one is right on target. They probably have about a 12-foot putt from right there. I think these guys actually, they got second or tied for third. I can't remember. They played really well. Nick Nutley here. Good buddy of mine, but he's not quite going to make the island there. See if his partner can pick him up. It's looking good out of the hand. That low hyzer line has been working for a lot of people, and that one digs right by the basket. That'll give him a putt. Love this forehand line. He crushed that one out there by the tree, and it's going to dig and give him like a 20-footer at the most. And his partner's taking a very similar line. Not quite as wide, but they have their pick of putts right about 20 feet for both of them. He's going for a pretty direct shot, and it stays turned over and just never quite makes it back. I think he landed basically on top of the drop zone. See if his partner can pick him up here. And that's looking good, but it needs to get some legs. And I think it does. That looks safe. Jake Pooh Bear Wiederholt here. Probably throwing a hex or something like that. He throws a lot of mid-ranges at this distance. And that is looking fantastic. Puts it maybe 12 feet from the pin. His partner Philip Murray here is going for that one. Trying to get them another stroke on, folks. Great line. Just a little bit long. That one's looking really nice. That's TJ McNally, good buddy of mine, and he just puts it on the pin. So his partner Austin here is running it. They're looking snazzy in their matching jerseys there, and I don't think Austin made the island, but didn't matter because TJ was. This is some of the guys from Gravity Disc Golf, I believe, and this is a nice looking shot, but it needs to drop. And That's right near the edge. I think he stayed in, but got more skip than he wanted. This inside line has kind of been hurting people, and no exception here as that one scoots out of bounds. This line, however, has been working really well, nice and wide, and that is right where you want it. Almost identical line from his partner. It looks like the disc might have been a little more overstable, and he just scoots up in bounds. These guys have pretty awesome matching jerseys. They were the Mandalorians. Shot stays a little straight though and ends up by the drop zone. He's over there by the drop zone. Let's see if his partner can't pick him up. He's throwing that nice wide hyzer line that's been working well for so many people, and that's looking just about perfect. This is James Neal, another guy I play with a little bit. Very cool dude, and he throws a good shot but coming up just a little bit short. See if his partner can pick him up with that wide forehand line, and they're in great position. Matt Williams here telling me I was going to cut some socks into gloves because his hands are so sweaty out here today. It was about 95, and it felt like about 105 on this humid day where we had a lot of rain, and then it just heated up like a sauna out there. And he's throwing his shot really wide. See if it's going to whip for him. I think it came up just outside the circle there, unfortunately. This one's looking great, but it catches a big skip and rolls just out of bounds. And his partner throws a scud, but it just had too much power. It never came back and goes long of the circle. This is last year's winners, RJ Thaxton and Eric Lara. RJ throws a good-looking shot here, but it catches an edge and rolls just out of bounds. Eric's throwing, I think, an envy here, trying for a high hyzer stall to give him an easy putt, and it comes up just short as well, unfortunately. This is this year's winner, Jonathan Rawls and Landon Tucker. Jonathan's throwing a hex here. I think it's a watermelon hex, if I remember right, and he puts it about 15 feet from the pin. Landon, I think, is throwing a Pioneer on this forehand. And I really have been digging the wide forehand line. If you have that shot in the bag, that's been the way to play it. And he puts it about 15, 20 feet from the pin. I was a little bit worried about this one out of the hand, but he managed to get up there and stay in the circle. And I think his partner, that's right on the edge. I don't know if he made that one or not. This one's a little bit low, but it looks like it might. Oh, just didn't come back. Caught some late turn and did not come back. I believe that's Zach Bain throwing there. Unfortunately, just a bit outside the circle. For the people throwing on the right side of the pole, righty backhand, and trying to trust the disc to come back from a flat throw, it just has not been working for him. Most of the people, he's taking the inside line from a righty backhand. That's the first one I think I've seen like that, but it's looking good. And that'll give him a putt. Looks like his partner is throwing the same line, but this one stays turned over. That is the danger with that shot. If you don't have the juice to stay there, or an overstable disc, it might not come back. And Morgan Brake just throwing this one all the way over the island, maybe to the island in the lake. He threw an absolute scud. See if his partner can pick him up. It's looking good. Yeah, they'll like that. Aaron Van Hook, another one of our lefties around here, throwing a nice wide line. It's a little bit juiced, but it stayed in the circle. They're kind of got about 25 feet. His partner Daniel's throwing the high forehand line, and it stays in. I'm curious which one they took. They're about 25 feet, both of them. And this one's coming up a little bit short, unfortunately, but let's see if his partner can pick him up. Line looks great. Swinging in from outside, and that one's pinned. Great shot. This one kind of looks similar, but not quite as stable. Looks like it just barely snuck in the right side. He's going a little bit on that danger line, and I think it skipped out right there. So we got a forehand coming around the right side. I hadn't seen that before, and that's probably why it didn't really work out for him. That's a really touchy line. But his partner throws one wide around the outside of the pole there, and looking good. They've got a longer putt, but it's in the circle. This one was looking a little bit nervy, but I think it sat down just at the edge, which is a good thing because I don't think his partner stayed in bounds here. I think that one sits down right by the drop zone. And he lost his balance on that one. But there's Lewis, his partner, who is throwing a scud right on the perfect line. And that is looking great.
Hey, asshole, you didn't see me. I got him on a cam. My partner, I'm just here.
Saying he is here to make putts, not throw drives. But this one's looking okay. I think he just, yeah, he got in there. That was looking good. It looked like it might be a little short and it ended up being fine.
That's going to be fine.
And this one ends up kind of on the edge of the circle as well. And that one was looking a little dangerous, but I think it actually ended up really nice. And that's 2 in a row from that team. They're looking pretty good. These dudes in the bucket hats, they have some guts. They look great. I couldn't rock a bucket hat. They threw a great shot there. And his partner is throwing the only lefty forehand we got to see of the day. And it's looking great, too. They got their pick of putts. So thank you guys for watching. If I didn't catch your card, sorry about it. But I'll catch you out there next year.